the meeting. And Atul, you can switch off your camera. So that sort of does affect the bandwidth, and we have 65 people in the meeting right now. All right. So, first of all, congratulations to every one of you present over here. You are selected for the next round, which is the interview round with Smarter Bliss. All right. So I just as my introduction, I'm Radhya Khanna. I'm an interview training specialist at Able Jobs, and I will be helping you, through the interview process. How do you crack the interviews with, Smartabiz, which is the agency, and also Swiggy, the company that you have been shortlisted for. All right. So I'll just share my screen. Just give me a second. Okay, at any point, I'm not audible in the middle, so, just either text on the group or Piyush, my team member, is here, so he will also be informing me. So just don't unmute because things get really messy when people start talking in the middle. Okay? So, great, guys. Like you all know that you have been selected for this process, which is the chat process as a customer support executive at Swiggy. So now, just to go over what even Able Jobs does actually is, it has a mission of eradicating unemployment amongst the freshers, since 60% of the freshers are unemployed, and we just want to do our bit to be able to help those people. All right, and we do so by training them. Whoever gets selected through our process, we train them for the interviews going further. Just like we are going to be giving you short training to crack your interviews with Swiggy. All right, so it's honestly needless to go into introduction about Swiggy. Everyone knows what it is, but yeah, I'm gonna still talk about it. Just give me a minute. And so it's basically the biggest online food delivery app, and it's a restaurant aggregator as well. So it helps us users and customers to understand that already look at the restaurants that they wish to dine at, and currently obviously that's not the option, but this is what they do. They provide all the details that anyone would need to be able to dine at any restaurant. All right, and they are based in Bangalore, and they founded in 2014. It has over 1 million orders on a daily basis. All right. So clearly, this is a very important point for everyone present here, because given that there's so many orders, like even if like a very small percentage of them have any issues with their orders or order status or all these things, you will be the ones dealing with those customers and helping those customers out. Okay, so I'm just going to dive into the responsibilities of everyone present here when you're selected as a customer support executive. So just it's an obvious this thing that you would have to resolve any issues that the customers face on chat itself. So the orders, the problems that can be ranging from order status or your cancellation, delivery location, all of these things. So you have to be able to solve all these problems through inbound chat process. All right. So obviously for all of this, you need to know the product and everything that Swiggy has to offer inside and out to be actually able to help the customers and address their complaints. Okay? So this is something that's really important. Swiggy really requires you to know everything that they have to offer. All right. So you may be asked to even keep records of the customers' interactions, complaints, payments, comments, all of these things. And you have to maintain a positive, empathetic, and a very professional attitude towards your customers, and of course to anyone that you're working with as well. But the customer satisfaction has to be your priority, just as it is for Swiggy. All right, and you have to be able to solve their problems and deal with them patiently. Okay, so that's about the responsibility and the tasks that you would be given at hand. Clearly now, all of y'all are graduates, and y'all have already cleared the basic communication test that we took, your screening round. So just to go over the requirements once again, because some of these things are a strict requirement from Swiggy. So I you know hope that every one of you are fluent in the things that they require, which is definitely English. Starting with that, your written and verbal skills in English have to be excellent, all right, to be able to crack the interviews and of course even be eligible for the job, all right, because obviously it's typing and all of these things, it's going to be in English and no other language, which is why you have to be fluent in this language. And having a good communication skills in Hindi is just an added advantage, all right. Some things that are compulsory for you to have, you will not be able to go ahead with this program, you won't be eligible if you don't have the following, which is either a laptop or a computer with access to Windows 10, and that laptop or a computer should have a webcam or inbuilt camera, all right. That is very very important. It should be like in good condition, all right, like your webcam or the camera. And if you don't have one, it's procedure as well. Okay, Chrome browser is a must. Okay, these are some of the requirements of Swiggy, which are non-negotiable. So you just have to make sure that you can arrange for these things just in case you don't have them yet, and if you're getting selected going further. And you need to have an Android mobile phone and stable Wi-Fi or dongle connection. So clearly, you understand that this is, everything is going to happen online, and you need to have a stable connection. You can't say that, okay, I have hotspot, can I, I'll be working with that. That is something that the companies do not accept, all right, because in the middle of the day you can just, say that, okay, sorry, I don't have internet connection for the day, I've exhausted my data, and that is something that the companies clearly will not accept, and clearly your performance over there will be affected. So stable Wi-Fi or a dongle connection, or a connection also comes under your eligibility criteria, all right. Coming to the benefits, which clearly, just a second, yeah, coming to the benefits, which clearly, all of us are really invested in, it's work from home. Okay, so there's no hassle of traveling back and forth to the office, and it's 26 days working. Just to make sure everyone knows over here, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's mandatory to work on these days, guys. I think it's pretty obvious why, because you get most orders over the weekend, and this is the time when Swiggy needs a very strong customer support team to be able to handle all the queries and anything that the customers may require. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday are definitely compulsory to work. So your week off can be in any of the weekdays. All right. So this is something that definitely will be informed to you when you're selected, and how the process will go. It's something that you will be informed about well before in time. All right, then it's 5 hours shift. Okay, so 5 hours is your fixed shift a day. Okay, per day, and it's going to be between 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. It's a evening shift, like we've mentioned before, and evening and night. And you should also be a little flexible for maybe if they need the customer support executives to be working anytime between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. as well. If they do require you to do so, they would be informing you the previous day or night, and which is why you should be flexible for it. It's not that every time they will be asking you, but if you show that, okay, you are clearly not available during that time or something, it will not be in your favor. Okay. Now, just to tell you that after this, you have, of course, you have the agency interview, then you have certain tests, and then you have an interview with Swiggy HR. So after you've cleared these steps, right, which happens in the next couple of days, your training will start when you're selected, of course. Your training will start, which is a 14-day period. All right. It's divided into four things. It's 2 days of your soft skill training. All right, it's 5 days. You can note this down if you want, but anyway, you will be informed about it going further as well. So 5 days, product and process training. So clearly in this, you will get to know everything in like detail, that what Swiggy has to offer, and what do they do, what is the process like. 6 days on the job training, and you have 1 day certification. So by the end of the 14 days, you get paid 3,000 for the training itself, and also you get a certification by the end of it. So the stipend is subject to you clearing the certification, of course. And it's a training, so it's most of the time, obviously everyone does clear the entire training and the certification. So this is the process. If someone is on unmute, just please mute yourselves. Thank you. So yeah, that's about it. Your 14 days training is going to be divided into four parts. You'll get on the job training, you will get soft skill training, Swiggy training, like what is it that they have to offer their process, and 1 day certification. Okay? So that's the training period. After that, when you start full time, you will be getting the salary of 6,600 per month, which is your fixed amount. Then you get 1,500, up to 1,500 as your incentives. Given it, that's also based on certain things like customer satisfaction and other, your performance, even in the process. All right, so I will repeat this a little later on if you want, just in case someone was not paying attention or someone just talking. No one, can you please ask the question after the presentation, please? I will be taking questions after the presentation. Thank you. Okay, so interview process is divided into four parts. Okay, guys. So now you have already cleared our screening round, and which is why everyone over here is selected for the next round, and you will be going for the smarter this telephonic round, which starts tomorrow morning itself. All right. So now that's a communication check round where they can be asking you, questions about. So SmarterBiz ask questions mostly around, tell me about yourself and why do you want to work in customer support? Why do you want to work at Swiggy? All of these things. All right. So these questions are something that you clearly have to be prepared with. Tell me about yourself and all. I'll dive into the questions a little later as well. But just know SmarterBiz will be asking questions that test your basic communication skills. They could also ask questions like, what if you were a president for 1 day in sorry, prime minister for 1 day? So what would you do and all that? So see, no one's really out there looking for your opinions. Everyone is trying to check your communication skills. All right, so just make sure you sound really confident and you go ahead with the interview. You should have no issues. All right, now once you clear the SmarterBiz round, right? So post that, they will all send you a confirmation email and everything, and they will be sending you to. Just give me a second, please. All right. So I'm sorry about the mistake over here. So it's Swiggy HR round. So they'll be sending you a confirmation on the same day itself, and they'll tell you if you're going ahead with the next round. And if you are, then the Swiggy HR will be taking your questions or based on behavioral or the technical questions. So over here, technical questions or behavioral questions can be something like, what if a customer is very impatient and they're trying to ask you, what is the either the status of their order or something, like if they've or told, like actually booked a cancellation and they haven't received their refund yet. So all of these things, and someone's being really impatient with you, how would you deal with that customer? All right, so ideal answer would obviously always be, be patient, and you will be able to, you'll tell them that, yeah, we understand your problem and everything. So the script that you will follow, all of these things need to be told before itself, that I will follow a script, and I will be very patient with the customers, and I consider the feelings that the other person, the customer, is financially and emotionally involved in the this ordering process. So clearly you can't be impatient, and you can't answer back to any of these people who are texting you at the time. Okay? So now once you clear the Swiggy HR down, you will be going through a selection test, which is typing, versant, and psychometric test. All right. So typing is basically, their requirement is 20 words per minute. All right. So this is a test. They would be sending it to you on an email, and you would have to complete the test. All of these three tests will be coming in an email. And typing, what they require is 20 or 30 words per minute with 85% accuracy. Versant test is very, very important here. It's the most crucial part of this entire process, because this is your reading, writing, and speaking skills. All right. So this is on the basis of this, you would be qualifying for the actual selection. So and now in these and psychometric is more behavioral. Okay, so they would just want to know more of your situational things, so they can give you very simple situations and what would you do, or they just understand your opinion. So there's no failing in any of these tests, all right? So just don't worry about that. It's just they're trying to even understand that, okay, where do you stand as a customer support executive, all right? So just to go over the questions that can come. So now it's like I said, tell me about yourself is something that it's asked in every interview possibly, so you always have to be prepared with your introduction. Just make sure you're covering it in less than a minute. Don't bore the interviewer. All right, and you have to go over things like, okay, your education, it has to be in a chronological order where you talk about your latest qualification. So if you've graduated and you talk about the degree, it's okay to not mention your colleges. This happens a lot where people tell the name of the schools and colleges. That's not important. We are looking for the course that you've done. All right, so always mention which course have you just completed. All right, and then go to your 12th and 10th and everything. So it has to go backwards. So this is how you go about the starting part of your introduction. Then you talk about your hobbies, or your interests, and what do you do in your free time, and clearly something not related to academic. All right, then you just it's always a good way to relate, end the answer by relating yourself to the job. You can say that, okay, I am, you can end with, okay, I'm a very patient or an empathetic person, and I know that and I know, which is why this will make me the best fit for a customer support role. So these are some of the tips for tell me about yourself. All right, then why do you want to work in customer support? Okay, so this kind of question should also always be answered with saying that you have the similar skills that are required for this role. Okay, you possess the communication skills, you are an empathetic person, you'll be you'll understand the other person's problems and be able to solve them, so you have problem solving skills as well. So these are some of the things that you can say, that why do you want to work in customer support. So then when it comes to why do you want to work in Swiggy, always boast about the company, or like just say like the positives about the company. So that, okay, fine, it's a the biggest online food ordering app and everything, but I also believe in the value that it provides to the customers. I know that it's a very customer centric company, which is why I know that I would be a good fit for it, and all of that. So those things, the positives about the company have to be mentioned in this question. All right, and just don't ever just say कि अच्छा, it's the biggest food online food ordering company, which is why I want to join. That's not a reason. No one ever joins a company because of that. Okay. So now, what is the importance of customer support? This is something that everyone knows already. What is the importance? Like we've talked about it earlier also, that if they have over 1 million orders every day, you can imagine like how many people are actually there out there who might have problems with the orders. So you have to be able to answer as many as those complaints, customer complaints as possible, because you have to increase the customer satisfaction level, which in turn of course increases the the loyalty with the brand, which is with the company, which is Swiggy over here. Okay, so this is very important for you to mention in these kind of answers. When they say tell us about your favorite web series, so these are some certain questions that they can ask out of the blue. Okay, like how was your day yesterday, or what is your favorite web series, or how do you spend your lockdown time and all that, right? So these questions, they're not trying to they're just trying to understand your communication skills. And it's very similar to even extempore for 1 minute in English or Hindi. So Hindi, in at least in Swiggy downs, it's not that probable that they may ask in Hindi, but they are definitely testing your English at every given point. Okay, so extempore, by the way, means like we'll just give you any topic under the sun to talk about. Okay, so this is something that you can't always be prepared for, but one tip that I would give you is always take 5 to 10 seconds to sort of structure that sentence in your mind and then speak. Never answer fast as soon as the question is asked. Even if you know the answer, huh? Like don't answer fast, because recruiters are not looking for fast answers. They're just looking for confidence and communication skills. Okay, so if you answer fast, you're going to fumble, which will get you a little nervous. You will, you'll lose your confidence, and then that's obviously going to look a little weak in front of the recruiters. So just make sure questions like these, at least like how was your day yesterday, which is a common question that we know that our candidates have been asked, and tell us about your favorite web series or whatever OTT platforms and everything, is something that you can still structure in your mind already. Then provide solutions for real-time customer problems. This is something that I've covered again. Like, if there's a customer, has a very rude behavior, like, oh, how would you handle that customer? So all of these questions, all right. So yeah, I've come to the end of my presentation. I just want to, make sure that you guys know tomorrow onwards when you get your calls from SmarterBiz, just make sure you have your phone with you, because a lot of our candidates miss the call, and it is probable that the agency may not call them again. So do not miss your call at any cost. We really want every one of you to get placed at Swiggy. All right. So now I will be taking questions. So you can either start, unmuting, or you can text in the chat box. So someone who had interrupted me in the middle, please unmute yourself, Abhi. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Amir. Uh, Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. May I know at what time
Yes, go on.
can I expect the call from the Smarter Beast? Is there any specified time that at that time duration of time they are going to call us?
Right, I understand why you would ask that question, but we know that they start calling tomorrow onwards post 10 a.m. So
Okay.
we just suggest all of our selected candidates to keep their phones with them at all times. Akshat, the interview that's going to be held tomorrow, it's on audio. There's no video interview as of now. Okay, guys, if there are no questions, you can start exiting the meeting. It's completely fine. Good luck with your interviews. If everyone possesses the great communication skills that are required and you're confident enough in your interviews, there shouldn't be any problems.
Um,
Deepak, like I said, what platform? I just said it's going to be an audio. Yes, Jaidev.
yes, ma'am, I have a question that is it going to be a telephonic round or a video call?
I just said it's telephonic. Everything is
Oh,
audio for now.
sorry, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Right, and I can see like the 12th pass thing that's coming up. See, there are, two, three requirements for Swiggy. So it can also be a little different. It can be for graduates as well. So if you're shortlisted, clearly that wouldn't be a problem for now. So don't worry about it. Right, Anmol. So about the typing test, it's something that you'll be provided with three links on an email. All right, you will be receiving that if if the agency or the company is going ahead with you. So the typing test, you would have to. They'll probably give you a stipulated time, and you have to type in a certain number of words in that time. So they're just trying to test if you can type at least 20 words per minute. 20 is the minimum, and 20 to 30 is great. All right. So this is something that they, because clearly it's a chat process, you have to be able to type fast. Versant is about speaking, reading, writing, and speaking. So your articulation and all of these things are really, really important when it comes to, it's all about the language, how you understand it, how do you interpret it, how do you put it forward when your communication skills are any audio wise is going to be, understood on the interviews. Even while typing, how it is, it's all going to be tested that way. Psychometric, like I said, it's a little more about your behavior and your opinions in situations and everything. um, Yes, it's like I said, it's going to be three links that are provided to you. So it's not like you have to give a test on an online mode somewhere or something like that. Telephonic shouldn't be for more than 10 minutes. I don't think we've received, our candidates have told us anything about the timing, but it shouldn't be for more than 10, 12 minutes maybe. What is the use of webcam? Ria, that is something that we've been asked before, but Swiggy requires that. All right, so webcam and or your camera and built camera, you need to have it. Otherwise, you really would not be eligible for this role. Typing test. Deepak.
Ma'am,
Okay, I'm
about
not
and
going to
how
address
many
that
days?
question. I
Hello,
sorry. Yes.
ma'am, and about how many days our process of this will complete, and we should start with our training with Swiggy.
In the next 5 days at least, you should know if you're selected at Swiggy. All right, this process shouldn't take more than 5 days.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
if you're selected, your training would be starting, less than a week.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
All the interviews are telephonic, guys. All right, so if there are no questions, you can start exiting the meeting. Best of luck with your interviews, guys. Hope you all get placed at Swiggy. Um, so the result, the agency will be emailing you. Even we don't know the status of your candidature after your interview. So I get a lot of questions like, okay, I had the interview. What do I do now? Just please be patient and wait for the agency or the company to reach out to you.
Hi, Arajat,
So
this is Suraj.
there's no cap on the. Just a second, Suraj. I'm sorry. So there's no cap on the number of roles, or sorry, the customer support executives that they provide. So all of you, have higher chances of getting selected. Yes, Suraj.
Yeah, hi. I wanted to ask you if there is any bond after we complete all these interviews, or is there any bond from the Swiggy side that we have to complete?
Bonds are illegal in India, guys. Bonds
Okay,
are illegal, and there's
okay,
no contractual, anything as of now with the companies.
okay. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much, Akshat, Roli, and Mohammed, Aman. Great, guys. So you can start exiting the meeting if there are no questions.
Excuse
Thank you, ma'am.
me.
Yes.
What if, just in case I'm not able to attend the call, they call me tomorrow, then can I call them back or not? Like, I mean, will
See,
it
we
be
suggest our
happening
candidates
again or
to
not?
not call back the interviewer. Right.
Okay.
We suggest our candidates to not call back the interviewer. So, it's honestly on the agency if they're gonna call you back. Like we also get the reports of if how many people have not picked up only after a few days. So we don't know the feedback until maybe after the end of 5 days or something. So which is why I'm stressing on the fact that keep your phones with you at all times in the next 2 days. All right, preferably tomorrow. Uh, just a second. All right. Akshat, is there any leave policy for the same? I honestly don't know. Those requirements are not something that's conveyed to us. All right. So we know that there is no contract at all. So, you don't go into a company thinking you're just going to stay there for 2, 3 months or something and then leave. That's not an attitude that they welcome. So don't even ask that question to the interviewers. It looks like you're just about to leave, or after the training you'll go or something like that. Everything will be on laptop or phone. Matlab, your written tests and all of that, you'll just have to open the link on your phone or your laptop, whatever you're comfortable with. Uh, Nikita, I've talked about the training. You may have joined late. Training is for 14 days. You will get a stipend of 3,000 after the end of the training. After that is subject to you getting the certification on the 14th day or the 15th day. Um, you're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Okay, please start exiting the meeting. There are no questions. Akshat, I said it's not a contract based at all. All right, guys, exit the meeting if there are no questions. Otherwise, I'll have to sit and remove all of you. Who is this insane tuber? Please unmute yourself, no? Even I want to listen to your voice. Unmute yourself, please. Please exit the meeting, guys. I've answered all the new questions that are coming in the chat box, so please exit the meeting. Thank you.